Can we not have a normal and smooth sailing news cycle out of Montreal? It just seems like it's one thing after another. Some normalcy would be lovely. I thought I'd be here tonight talking to you guys about how excited I am about our new prospect, our first round draft pick, but no. Instead, we have to talk about so much more. But it is an opportunity for an important message despite an awful controversy. Okay, now first, really disappointed. Zach Larue went to Nashville right before us in the draft. I'm a big fan. He plays for the Halifax Mooseheads, and he's from Montreal, so I was hoping we could get our hands on him in this draft. And I'm especially disappointed he went right before us, considering who the Habs ended up drafting. And I'm kind of shocked that we would bring on this controversy purposefully when there's so much more NHL talent available here. Montreal shores up the right side defense area of their prospect pool, but they do that by drafting at number 31 Logan Mailloux out of the London Knights, a player who has been marred in controversy these few weeks heading up to the draft, to say the least. And important to mention, this is due to his own actions. A very, very serious mistake he made while on loan to a Swedish club. He normally plays for London as a right-handed defenseman. He's 6'3", 215. Hockey-wise, he's a great vision, great skater, great agility for his size. He's got a shot. He's the exact type of prospect you want to add to your pool, especially Montreal on that right side defense, an area we know needs addressing with Shea Weber going out, and of course losing one of our best young prospects in that area, Cale Fleury. But this player made a very serious mistake while he was on loan to the Swedish club. He had a sexual encounter, a consensual one. I've seen people say he has sexually assaulted somebody. He absolutely did not. Here are the facts of the case. A consensual sexual encounter with a female, but he took a picture without consent and then shared it without consent of the female engaging in a sexual act. He was charged with defamation of character and invasion of privacy, as he should have been. This is absolutely disgusting, abhorrent, immature behavior. Should never have happened. I'm a father of a daughter, and I couldn't even imagine. I got boys too, and parents, we need to teach our boys to respect and honor women above all. I also think there is a very serious conversation that needs to be had around these devices that our children have at such young ages, devices that encourage narcissistic behavior with the apps that these kids get their hands on at such a young age, that teach you to, or at least encourage, devaluing other humans. We see internet bullying, and just this type of stuff is just absolutely and incredibly not okay. And we need to find a way to talk about it. And hopefully, at the very least, this controversy sheds light on that. Now, that being said, I'm seeing people trash Montreal for this pick. And I totally understand that. Totally. People are very upset that Logan hasn't had to face consequences. And in terms of hockey, he absolutely has not, especially now being drafted in the first round, because it is an honor to be drafted in the first round by a team. And he's been drafted by Montreal. I talk about Montreal drafting character and attitude. How ironic is it that they go after this kid in the first round? A lot of people were saying that, he should have at least dropped significantly in this draft. He renounced he even went as far as to renounce his want to be drafted. And Montreal didn't break any rules by drafting him. A player can't actually do that. But, a lot of people thought he should have been passed on quite a bit before a team finally took him. But he gets taken on the big stage in the first round. And I very sincerely hope Montreal, as a top-notch, well-respected, classy organization, are taking this moment to be a solution for this kid, put him on the right path, really teach him that what he did was wrong. According to Marc Bergevin, they've had conversations with him, and he is extremely remorseful for his actions. He has sent out apologies to the victim, to the victim's family, and now he's going to face this, the biggest mistake of his career on the absolute biggest stage, the hockey mecca in Montreal. And maybe, just maybe, it's a good thing that a kid with this troubled past, finds himself in an organization that could seriously help him. And I hope that is the case, but this guy has a lot of work to do to win over the Montreal Canadiens fan base, especially, women. But maybe he'll never win the fan base over. That's the reality of it. A very interesting pick by the Montreal Canadiens, to say the least. Like I said, a very talented prospect and player, but the mistake he made was a very, very serious one. And the Canadiens, Marc Bergevin, Trevor Timmins, are going to continue to take some serious heat over this. And it'll have to be an opportunity for them over the coming days to continuously make sure it's known that this type of behavior is absolutely unacceptable, and use it as a teaching moment for the culture of hockey especially. This type of behavior isn't just a one-off in this culture, and it needs to be addressed fully and honestly. Now, all that being said, the kid made this mistake at 17 years old, an immature child. I've made mistakes. We've all made mistakes when we were young, some people into their adult life, likely not to this severity. This is very serious. I do not want to downplay the severity of this type of mistake and disgusting behavior. Again, and I'm not a female. I haven't been a victim of something like this. I couldn't imagine what it would be like to have your privacy invaded like this, to be, have your feelings invalidated like that. But in a functioning society, there needs to be a place for people who make mistakes like this to redeem themselves. Not that they deserve it, but they should have the opportunity to earn that redemption. And the Canadiens have provided that to Logan Mailloux, and now he has a very serious responsibility to fulfill that. And I hope he takes it seriously. I'm confident the Habs will be by his side to guide him in the right direction, but kid has some work to do on his character, because that was an extreme misjudgment and not okay. And the last thing I will say is, again, parents, make sure you are teaching your boys to respect women, and teaching your kids in general to make the right decisions. And also ask yourself some questions on the device use, the app use, the Snapchat, TikTok, all these different, it's just, these aren't good for an immature mind and for a young developing brain. It's something I'm passionate about. My family know that. My kids don't have devices, and they won't for a very long time. Anyway, that's enough about that, guys. Let me know what you think about this pick down in the comments. I mean, interesting, to say the least. This is going to be a PR nightmare for the Montreal Canadiens. And hopefully, again, they use the opportunity to encourage honest conversations and denounce that type of behavior. That's all I got, guys. That's all I got.